Hello and welcome. I'm Thomas Porteous and you're watching NewsX World. In the latest turn of events in India-Pakistan's conflict, Jammu police have issued helpline numbers to boost public safety amid heightened security concerns. Authorities are urging citizens not to touch or approach any suspicious objects or fallen UAVs. The police have also warned media channels, digital platforms and individuals to avoid live coverage or real-time reporting of sensitive incidents, stressing that such actions could jeopardize lives and aid the enemy. Officials are calling on all stakeholders to act with utmost vigilance and responsibility in the interest of national security. Indian Railways have cancelled nighttime train services across border regions. The move will impact train operations in districts including Jammu, Firozapur, Bathinga, Gurdaspur, Amritsar and several others. Meanwhile, Afghanistan's Defense Ministry has denied Pakistan's claims that India launched missile strikes on Afghan territory. Defense spokesperson Inayatullah Khwarizmi dismissed the allegations in an interview with Hurriyat Radio, calling them baseless. Pakistani military officials had earlier claimed that India's strikes on Pakistan also breached Afghan soil. India's Ministry of External Affairs has rejected those claims as well, stating that the Afghan people clearly recognise who their true friends and foes are based on past violations. We are joined by GP Captain Dr. V.N. Jha, former Indian Air Force officer. And we're also joined by Major General J.K. Bansal, who's the defence expert. And we're also joined by Colonel Dr. Gunjan Malhotra, another defence expert. Thank you for joining us. I wanted to start with the importance of media coverage and why the government has issued these statements in regards to what the media can cover and why it can't. Dr. V.N. Jha, I just want to get your insight into how you've thought of the media coverage so far, that being the main television media coverage and also the coverage on social media. Obviously, disinformation is rather rife in this war, more so than other conflicts that we've seen. What are your thoughts on the current information that's being put out currently?
Well, Thomas, good afternoon. This is a very important topic that you have brought up. Why some restriction? Look, whenever there is a war, many narratives, often fake, mostly fake, that comes up, and that can change the opinions among the normal civilians, ordinary civilians. And India is a country of 1.4 plus billion, so that must be kept in the mind. Secondly, today's media is something which is almost in everyone's hand. In India, we have got almost about 800 millions of smartphones in the hands of the Indians. So it is accessible to all of them. And in case if those fake narratives, they reach the normal civilians, they do get upset with the things what is happening. And what we have seen in the initial few days itself, there are large number of the fake narratives. So it was imperative onto the government agency to take a necessary step to curtail these fake agencies from coming up. Secondly, remember we are at war. For every person there is, a rekha, we call it Lakshman Rekha, how much you can step onto. There is a need to know basis. Normal civilians who have got very limited approach towards this war, they just need to know what is happening in an Iran without any fake narratives into it. For us, like I have been in the Indian Armed Forces for almost about 36 years. I have been in the DRDO for as a scientist for about 7 years. So I know what the armed forces is. For me, the need to know maybe slightly more than that, and I do get it from the different sources, corroborated together, so that I don't, head towards the fakery what is being created. So I know what to look for and what not to look for. Thirdly, when we have got a mixed population, into it, it's a calm water right now, to which enemy who is a radical state would like to create a flutter. So they keep on bombarding those fake narratives, often communal, so that some unrest happens in India, because India is a multi-ethnic population. So to curtail all those things, it is, I think it is a very well taken step by the government of India to stop some of those narratives which is generating from different corners, stop all those accounts which are known to be fake. So that is what government of India has taken, and I compliment it. Without hurting anyone's civil right, human right, profiling what we know about the need for information. So that is what is being right now done, and I compliment government of India. There is nothing wrong with this. We all welcome it. Even the opposition party of government, which has been very critical at times against the government, even they have taken it with the positive intent that this is the time when such restrictions should be placed, and it is in place. Thomas.
Thank you. We have some breaking news coming in. Jammu and Kashmir's Chief Minister Omar Abdullah has announced ex gratia of 1 million rupees for the next of kin who those who have lost their lives in Poonch after Pakistan opened fire at unprovoked civilians. He has stated he is deeply pained by the loss of innocent lives due to recent shelling from Pakistan. My government is taking every possible measure to minimize the hardship of our people. No compensation can ever replace a loved one or heal the trauma caused to the family as a gesture of support and solidarity. Ex gratia relief of 10 lakh rupees will be provided to families of all those who have deceased. We stand with every affected family in this hour of grief. We are now joined by Major General Bansal, who is a defence expert. Major Bansal, thank you for joining us on the programme. This truly reflects, doesn't it, the reality of this situation. I mean, people who aren't in Jammu and Kashmir right now, this seems all very far away, but the fact that civilians are now being bombed by Pakistan shelling. What are your thoughts on the speed in which this conflict has really escalated?
Good afternoon, Thomas. India does not have any intention to escalate this conflict. As a matter of fact, we have just destroyed terrorist hideouts, and after that we did not want to escalate it further, and this was coined by Donald Trump also, that they have done this carnage in Pahalgam and India has hit those, so it is now equal tit for tat. But Pakistan is escalating it further and what Pakistan is doing, or the army is doing, that they are targeting civilian which is unethical. So as you yourself said that yes, so many civilians has been targeted and their family has to be paid compensation. Not only they are targeting civilian, they are targeting mosque, they are targeting gurdwara, they are targeting temples, where just they want to create a kind of communal divide or some kind of this kind of thing they are doing. But this is the fight, and now of late they started targeting our military assets also. And for the military assets, the India is also reciprocating or retaliating very major strike. Means India is not escalating this fight, And the news are that Pakistan is mobilizing their troops on the line of control. So Pakistan is, though it is unfortunate that IMF has given them funds, these funds should be utilized for the purpose of waging war against India. They had been utilizing it for the rearing up the terrorists and sending them to India. But Pakistan, as such, do not the financial condition, economy is paralyzed. Despite that, they are fighting, and which all world community is telling them to take restraint, while the India is not escalating it. If this is the thing, that whatever is coming from their side, that can be, we could have done also a preemptive damage to their weapons and their striking capacity. But India is not escalating, and India has made it very clear to the whole world that yes, we are just very measured way responding it. So now Pakistan has to think what they really want. They want to get themselves self-destruction, or they want to survive. It is up to them. Thomas.
Yes, we bring you some more information once again while talking to Fox News former US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. He backs Indian strikes on Pakistan, saying that no country is going to allow terror attacks to happen without a response. Let's take a listen in.
Diplomatic capacity and the capacity to shape how they're thinking about this, do I think encourage them to keep a lid on this thing.
I want to go to our next guest now, Dr. Gunjan Malhotra. Thank you very much for joining us, Colonel. As you can see, the United States there reacting to the correct narrative, which is the fact that India did have a right to respond to these terrorist attacks. What have you thought to the United States' recent response from the diplomats, including Marco Rubio, who has said that he wants de-escalation in the conflict, has offered mediation? What have you thought of the international response in general, and do you think that both India and Pakistan are ready for international mediation or international involvement in any way, shape or form?
Thank you. It's a very good question. Actually, war is not good for any country. And in this case, when there's been an escalation since the past 3 days, you've seen how from 13 cities to 26 cities, there have been bombing. I think this actually needs to either take a complete full-fledged war scenario, or it needs to be mediated by the international community. International community has been seeing this, the kind of response India did after 22nd April during Pahalgam attack. We were very measured in our attack, and actually our aim was always to fight the terrorism, which Pakistan has harbored through the decades. So the international community has been seeing this. I'm a little surprised, or rather shocked, that they have the funds have gone to Pakistan, because within 1 billion, 1.1 billion, which has gone now, within a day, from 15 to 26 cities have been, the missiles have been thrown. So I just hope that the international community sees this aspect also and supports India in this. And India has been very mature in their response to Pakistan. Escalation is not good, but in case Pakistan does not behave himself, then we are all on to go right in. Another thing which I want to say is the other name of Pakistan is Pakistan. Most of the news that is coming fake is coming from Pakistan mostly, and it is just to terrorize the general public, the civilians, and just to scare them for the war. So I think we need to really think about this aspect.
Yes, I want to go to Dr. VN Jha next. What have you thought of the Indian response so far? We've obviously seen such a sharp escalation within the past 4 days. We've seen Modi is currently convening with the defense ministers in his residence in Delhi. Do you think they'll be sitting around in panic? How do you think they'll be sitting? How do you think that Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his top defence team will be reacting to what's going on the ground right now?
Well, frankly, Thomas, there are many facets to this response, what we are seeing. All of them, of course, in a short time, I won't be able to cover. But briefly, the first response, that was the Operation Sindoor, what was carried out principally against the Pahalgam killing, but it was not Pahalgam killing in isolation. Pahalgam happened in April this year. This year itself, there have been other attacks on the civilians as well as on the armed forces. 9th March this year, 21st, 24th March this year, 11th February this year, 3 attacks last year in December, about dozen of attacks in the June and July months last year. And even before that, after Balakot had happened in 2019, things remained calm for some time. But from 2020 onwards, there have been, rapidly spurting attacks all over Jammu, mostly over Jammu and Kashmir. There was a phase of targeted killing of the Hindus by name, by knowing that, yes, they are Kashmiri Hindus in Kashmir valleys mostly, and also in Jammu region. That had happened. So for all those terrorist activities being conducted, most of us, the experts in the defense, we have been suggesting government long back, about 2.5 years back itself, that we know that there are terrorists across the LOC in the launch pads. Please do kill them in their own den. Don't wait for them to infiltrate inside. We may be able to kill 9 out of 10, but that one who escapes, he will indulge in the killing of the civilians, create the flutter and escape or die. So this we have been doing for suggesting the government for a long, but never mind, in case government has taken the initiative now. The Operation Sindoor was to the perfection, the best carried operation maybe in the entire history of against all jihadists across the world that may have been carried out. Compliments to government of India. But thereafter, at about 3 o'clock or 2:35 on 7th, Operation Sindoor was conducted and it was closed there that time. Thereafter, Pakistani responded on the same day, 7th afternoon and evening. There were some, isolated attacks on the Indian cities, Indian places, but that we shrugged off. But when the concerted attack happened on 8th and on 9th, it was all across the LOC at almost about 36 places of India, including the defense establishments, our Air Force bases, that came under the attack. This cannot be tolerated. Here, after Modi government, of course, with the entire think tank, they have taken a decision that they will give a measured, calibrated response. Well, when the government of today, the commanders of today of all 3 services, NSA, CDS, they have sat down together and taken that decision. Fair enough. But some of us, having the old mindset, we have a belief in the military doctrine, which is followed the world around, that if you have got an enemy who is attacking you again and again, debilitate that enemy if you are capable, debilitate that enemy that they are not able to mount another attack onto you. That's the doctrine. So most of us now feel that there must be a very significant reason, very credible reason why government of India or the armed forces is only giving a credible reply to the attacks by Pakistan. There must be a reason. Of course, we know that about few bases of Pakistan have been knocked out last night or today early morning. That we know, but that is only their response, only the retaliation. Military, if you are capable, you don't wait for that retaliation. You act proactively and then debilitate army. So anyway, these are our thoughts. We are not in the government today. We are not in the position of decision making today. But that is our belief that military doctrine is somehow right now being restrained possibly because the international community wants Pakistan to be given, appropriate sort of reply or lesson. But remember, this is the last word I would like to say, that if Pakistan is let off to go scratch free, I'll say scratch free, after mounting all out attack on India or Indian establishments, it will be a dark spot in the entire history of India in the future times also. Our children will not spare the government of today, the military of that today, that Pakistan attacked you and you let them go without the bleeding nose. So this is one feeling among some of our corner. Some of us, we do believe that this is the time has come when we should launch a credible attack to an extent that the Pakistani army or their establishment, they are unable to launch any further attack onto us. We don't intend to wipe out Pakistan or wipe out jihadi network in Pakistan like what Israel is trying to do in Gaza. No, we don't want to go to that stage. We would like Pakistan to live in our neighborhood. Neighbor you can't wish off. So they will be there right from the day that PM Modi had come to power. He had called Pakistani establishment here in India, invited, let us live as a good neighbor. But that is not to be. Pakistan was born on the principles of hate, and that continues even today. So let us see how it goes all further. But I wish Pakistan is let off only after getting the lessons that in the future they will not be able to mount such attack, or if they dare to do that, they will know that a credible a price is made to pay on to them. So they will have to pay very heavy price for it in case if they do it. Thomas.
Yes, Major General Bansal, I want to be careful with this next question, but if you look at the international coverage of this war, it often phrases both India and Pakistan as two nuclear powers facing against each other. This is obviously a true statement, but what tripwires, both politically and militarily, could force either nation to cross the nuclear threshold, despite obvious public assertions to do the contrary?
Pakistan has always been calling a bluff of nuclear strike attack. The nuclear strike or attack anywhere is called as a MAD, mutually assisted destruction. And during Ukraine and Russia war initial stage, even Russia used to say that they will use tactical nuclear weapons, but of late they have also made a statement that yes, nuclear weapon will not be required. So nuclear weapons, if I don't think that Pakistan will use it. If Pakistan use that, we have got a very strong second strike capability, and Pakistan will be wiped out from the map of the world. We have got our credible nuclear deterrent through sea, through land, through air, and we have got our INH Arihant, which is submarine, which has the capability for the nuclear strike. So I don't think that Pakistan will do such a kind of mistake. And as at the same time, one must understand that yes, nuclear missile can be neutralized in the space and maybe on the land of Pakistan itself, then they will be affected. And even if it is on the border, then it will be the air direction is towards them, that it will have effect on their people also. So I believe that the good sense prevails on Pakistan not to think such a eventuality, and I don't think so that they will do it. There are the certain people who thinks rationally also, but only problem is that everything is controlled over there by army. Civilian authorities or the leadership does not have anything to say, and it is proved by the fact that for de-escalation and to maintain restraint, this Prime Minister of Pakistan was contacted by Secretary of State USA Marco Rubio initially. Normally it happens that the counterpart, he should have contacted the Foreign Minister of Pakistan, but their credibility is not there. While our Foreign Minister, External Affairs Minister, Mr. Dr. Jaishankar is interacting with the Marco Rubio, when he thought that there is no response or there was no effectiveness on the part of the Shahbaz Sharif Prime Minister, then he started directly talking to Asim Munir. This can show itself that US should also realize that what kind of democracy is there. There's no democracy, there's the military ruler, that the Secretary of State of USA has to contact or he has to interact with military ruler here. So that totally it is being controlled everything by Munir, and the Munir, for his own benefit, is destroying his own country. On the other hand, this Balochistan, they are capturing their land, they're killing their soldiers, taking them hostage, and their economy is going down. They don't have food to eat. Their vehicles in the army also not having petrol. They don't have enough ammunition to fight. But because of for his survival or to prove or to save himself, the General Munir, Chief of Army Staff, is all doing everything. And I think the time has come that the population of Pakistan must understand, and there should be a revolt. Thomas.
I just want to ask one final question to Colonel Gunjan Malhotra. The PIB has warned of an imminent propaganda flood, and we have mainstream outlets, certain mainstream outlets, already airing mislabeled Gaza footage, saying it's from India. We've got some famous footage that come out of Bangladesh, which was filmed earlier on in the year in regards to this war. Why is in this environment this misinformation so common?
Firstly, I would like to add to what General Bansal said. There's a very famous saying. They say that every country has an army, but in Pakistan, the army has the country. That is the problem. And now coming to your question of the various fake news that is going on and fake videos that are being floated. In fact, today morning, a lady officer of Indian origin who was a pilot was shown that she has been captured by Pakistan along with her plane. So all these propagandas are cheap propagandas of Pakistan to just scare the general public, just to scare, and it's a kind of terrorism. It is in their blood that they have this kind of streak of terrorism in any which way they want to. They just want to take our minds into this situation where we feel that the war is going to happen. See, war has not started. It is imminent. The only thing is, if they keep on escalating, then only our government will, plan and, go for it. But the only thing is, this propaganda, this fake news is only happening to scare the general public, to scare, I have certain friends who are at the border, and they are saying that when they come to know about the fake news, they're saying there's nothing like this that is happening. We have to retaliate. We have to, if they are throwing missiles at us, we are just retaliating, and we are just throwing the anti-missiles, and we are saving our own civilian population. So, but Pakistan does not understand this. Please understand that Pakistan is one of the most immature countries in the world. So whatever they say, they will never adhere to it. They will never stick to it. So I think it is not Pakistan, it is Fakistan. And I would urge the public to not get scared of this. Our government, our forces, our all Indian Army, Navy and Air Force are well equipped to fight a war against this country.
I want to thank all my guests for joining the program today. That's unfortunately all we have time for today's discussion, but we will continue to bring you all developing updates in regards to Operation Sindoor and from around the rest of the world. Thank you very much for joining us.